Hello, my name is Mrs. Mulliken. Ms. Daughtry has asked me to come into your classroom and talk to you today about scholarships and financial aid. Over the course of my lifetime, I've had the opportunity to be involved in college admissions and college financial aid. Now, you may be asking, why when I'm in 7th grade do I need to know any of this? I'm in middle school. Why should I even worry about college at this point? That's what I'm going to answer for you today. The first thing to know as you begin going in towards high school is that grades matter, and grades matter a lot. So as you begin to look at colleges, the grades you make in high school matter. And furthermore, you learn those study skills in middle school that you take with you to high school, and then you're able to be ahead of the curve if you have great study skills. Then your grades improve, your grades are great, and grades are ultimately your grades, your test scores are ultimately the things that are going to help get you into college. So as you can see, starting all the way back in 7th grade, there's a reason why Miss Daughtry and I are coming today to talk to you about why it's important to start thinking about college now. Now let's just talk a little bit about scholarships and financial aid. The first thing we need to talk about when we talk about scholarships and financial aid are there are different kinds. So you may hear people that they go to college based on government grants, or they go to college based on a full ride scholarship. Those are very different things. And so today I'm going to tell you how those are different and how they determine how much money you would get. Because the first thing is you have to get accepted to your college, and then your college accepts you and lets you know what sort of financial aid you will be receiving. So under scholarships are based on several different things, but you'll hear that scholarships and financial aid are either merit-based or need-based. Need-based is based on your income, and that includes grants, loans, and work study that the federal government will give you. We'll talk about those in just a moment. First, we'll talk about merit-based aid. They're based on your grades, academics, so that's why it's so important for you to have good grades. Not only get you into college, but it also can get you some terrific scholarships. Then your test scores. So if you have great test scores, that also will not only help you get into college, but it also helps you get some terrific scholarships along the way. Then athletic ability. If you're great at golf or football or baseball, all those things can get you scholarships. It depends on the college, it depends on what division they're part of, and you can get scholarships for some of those. Not all of them are full rides, and that's the thing I want to caution you, because a lot of students think, I can go to college and I played great football. It's very competitive, number one, but number two, on top of that, is the fact that you have to think about that not only is the competitive nature of it, but that you're looking at, you have to have certain grades and test scores to be able to get those athletic scholarships. So don't just think, oh, I can blow off my grades and I can just plan on getting the athletic ability one. It may not be so. And not all schools give full rides for their athletics. Some schools are only allowed to give a certain amount. So don't count on always being able to just get a full athletic scholarship and blowing off grades or test scores, because NCAA and all of those have certain grades and test scores you need to even be able to get an athletic scholarship or to be able to play. And so that's something to think about. Don't just count on, I'm a great athlete. Number one, it's competitive. Number two, you need these two things also. And then last is your writing ability. You may think, well, how can I get scholarships based on my writing ability? Even today, if you'll go out on Scholly or FastWeb, they have apps on your phone. Scholly has an app on your phone. You can go out there today, and there are scholarships out there today for even 7th graders. Just think, if you started stockpiling money today by writing essays, that I'm sure Miss Daughtry would help you. If you go ahead and you do those, you could bank that money towards college. So just know that there are things that you can start even today. And the more money you start banking now, the better off you'll be. So all the way through high school and even through college, Scholly and FastWeb are two of many sites that allow you to look at scholarships. So ask Miss Daughtry if you can go out there, but I'm sure she would be happy to show you how Scholly and FastWeb work. But they're just two websites that you can go out, and they have all scholarships listed, and they'll tell you the age requirement for those scholarships, and they'll tell you everything about what you need to do for that scholarship. Many of the scholarships only require a writing sample, and you can write about a number of different things. They may ask you, about distracted driving. That's a big one lately, about distracted driving. So you write an essay about, how you've had experience with distracted driving, and then they want to know about that. So those are two of the websites that I will tell you start doing now, because those are great websites to kind of get started on. Then let's go over here to need-based scholarships. Now there is this thing called FAFSA.gov. Now that is government money, because you've probably heard, or you will hear, that the government can pay for your college. Well, maybe not. So let me explain how that works, and then you'll have a better clue. So here is what the old FAFSA used to look like. Now it's all online, and it's FAFSA, F-A-F-S-A, and that stands for Free Application for Federal Student Aid, and then it's .gov. If you ever go to their website and you go to .com or you go to .org, a lot of those will then charge you $25 or $50 to complete it. You should always, this is a free, that's what that first thing stands for, free application for student aid. So know that if you get on a website and it's not free, then you're not in the right place. You need to be at the .gov website. So what that does is you fill out a form very much like this, and it asks for your parents' income. It asks for all sorts of information about your family. Now you can't do it by yourself. It has to be through your family because you live with your parents. So it has to be through them at this point, because you are a dependent student, because you depend on your parents to make money and to do that. So you are a dependent student. So your parents will fill out a form that is very much like this, that asks all sorts of information, except it is all online now. And so years ago they used to do it where you could fill it out and mail it in. Now it's all online on that website, FAFSA.gov. So in the coming years, you will fill that out. And then there's information like this on how to prepare for college and things like this. And I'm going to talk to Ms. Daughtry on how she can be able to get some of these for your class. Then next, just so you'll know, the need-based aid, like I said, is based on your income, and there are different kinds of grants. There are state grants you can get, as well as federal grants. If you get a federal grant, then most likely your college will meet it with a state grant. So you have grants, loans, and work study. Grants are money you don't have to pay back. Scholarships are money you don't have to pay back. We love scholarships, we love grants, because you don't have to pay them back. Loans get into the area that you have to pay back. There's a percentage rate, and then you have to pay it back at the end of your term. When you graduate from college or you cease to be a full-time student, then after so many months, they will come calling and they'll want their money back, and you will have to make a monthly payment to pay that money back. So loans, we try to not have you have to take out that many, because we don't want you in a lot of debt after you get out of college. So that's why, once again, let's double back. It's why grades, test scores, writing a book, those things are so important. Then your grants, like I said, are based on your family's income and your ability to pay. And then work study. Work study is where you work on campus. You can work in the library, you can work in the computer lab, you can work in a lot of different places, and you can be able to then make money, and then that money goes back towards your schooling. You get a check, and you can put that back towards your schooling, or put it towards your living expenses or something like that. So once again, FAFSA.gov. Now, if today your parents, or if you'd like to go on with Ms. Daughtry, or at some point go on, there is a program on FAFSA.gov called the FAFSA Forecaster. You could take your parents out there, and if you know that your income and their income is going to stay fairly similar to what it is as of today, then y'all could go out there and you can do the FAFSA Forecaster. And once again, on the FAFSA.gov website, you can go to FAFSA. There's a little spot to click on the FAFSA Forecaster. You can go out there, you could plug in your income for today, and you could see how much federal money you're going to get. That doesn't include scholarships, that doesn't include anything like that. It only includes the money that you would get from the federal government. So it doesn't include any state grants or anything like that, but at least it could give you a ballpark of what you would get federal government-wise. The other thing I want to tell you is, on scholarships, there are scholarships that you can get from outside sources like General Electric. and different scholarships. Every company, Ford and Nordstrom's and various companies all give scholarships, and all of them will give. Those are called outside scholarships. Then there are institutional scholarships, to where each college gives out money from their institution. So you can also get money. And like I said, if you go out right now to Scholly and FastWeb, you can get some outside scholarship money. But once you apply to the college, you can also apply for their institutional scholarships. And they can also give you institutional grants and things of that sort if you're eligible. So I hope this has been a lesson, and here's what I'd like you to do. If there are questions that you all have after you've seen this little episode, please ask Ms. Daughtry, and I'd be happy to do another video and be able to share with y'all any of the answers to any of the questions you have. I look forward to talking with you soon, and I wish you all well as you prepare for college. And remember, grades matter, and stay in school and make sure those grades stay good, because that's exactly what is going to help you in anything that you do from here on out. So work on those study skills, work on those grades, keep school a priority, and you'll be on the right track. Take care, and I'll talk to you soon.